Really appreciate it.
Hello, 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 everybody. My name is Greg Eagles. I'm pilot. I'm a real world A320 captain, bringing my love for aviation and flight simulation to all you wonderful people out there. How are you all doing out there tonight? We are back in the U.S. We're going to be doing some Allegiant ops on this turn and burn Tuesday. Relatively short flight. We're hopping on down the I-4 corridor from Orlando, Sanford to St. Petersburg, Tampa, Florida. That's St. Petersburg, Clearwater, Florida, just outside of Tampa there. And making our way on back, we're going to be in the Allegiant A319. I don't even know if they really do this flight in real life or not. Who knows? Maybe they do, maybe they don't. I don't know. But it seems like a fun flight to do. I went ahead and picked up the, I think this is vertical sims, Orlando Sanford. So we're going to get to get a nice little treat. So we have two paper airports that we will be flying into on this stream. Also something new for this stream. I don't even know if I have it set up correctly. So that's pretty much why I have picked a much shorter flight today, so if things go wrong on the ground, I can figure it out before we actually get up and get going. But we have GSX integration. It's kind of hard to tell, but look at there. We get some Allegiant stuff around here. I don't know if I'm even parked at the right gates. I don't know what gates they park at. I just assume they parked over here. But you got the Allegiant little air stairs there. Some Allegiant carts there. Absolutely beautiful looking. So without further ado, let's see how GSX does. I don't have passengers turned on, or at least I think I don't have them turned on. I have no clue. Who knows? So let's go ahead and figure this thing out together, shall we? All right, we are in the flight deck now. And let's see, I'm gonna go ahead and let's go ahead and see if I can load the aircraft. We'll do real time. Wait, yeah, we'll do GSX real time. Yeah, no, GSX boarding and refueling. That's what I want to hit, I'm pretty sure. So we'll go ahead and we'll try to hit that. So boarding and refueling via GSX. All right, and I think if we head back. Seriously? Okay, there's the fuel truck coming in from the distance there. I have no clue how long this is going to take to load. Fenix says it only takes 18 minutes to load 118 people or 100 people in some fuel. So we shall see. But the fueler's coming around the corner there. I think he's coming around the corner. There he is, coming up behind the aircraft. Oh, no way. Cool. They get like ground personnel just walking around. Like their ground personnel are like different than the default FSX personnel. You see like ground personnel. Okay, sweet. You got this, and it has to do it. No, I said, okay, passenger board. Okay, I was like, they should be doing both at the same time. And as per what they'd be doing in real life, they'd be hooking up the tug while they're loading bags, while we're getting fuel. I wonder if you can actually see how much fuel is going on. I wonder if that's a thing. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. Sorry, I'm like wasting time looking at like the dumbest thing. It's US gallons, so we shall see. There's no hole in the ground that he's putting it in. What was that loud sound? I have no clue what that was. There we go. So yeah, in real life, the tug would be hooked up the second you get parked at the gate. They'd hook the tug up so it's all ready to go on the outbound flight. Waiting on this guy to finish hooking up. Who's here? Where'd our fueler go off to? Oh, there's actually a little thing in the ground for him to put it in. I was like, oh man, where's he taking this thing? Alrighty. This is absolutely insane. The amount of detail this is. So you gonna open the refuel door? Kinda. It doesn't really open up in the way it should. And it's using 2 hoses instead of 1. Look at there. You can actually see the total go up. That's cool. Okay. All right. Enough oohing, and eyeing there. Is refueling. In real life, you'd see the belt loaders up there because they always have the belt loaders up there ready to go, ready to load some bags. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and get this show on the road, shall we? We'll go up to the overhead panel, get IRs 1, 2, and 3 aligned, coming all the way down. We want to be in the captain position. That looks good. The GPWS panel looks good. Let's get the recorder ground control on and test our CVR. Excellent. That tests good. I'm going to bump the sim volume up just a little bit there. Alrighty. The rest of the captain's overhead looks good. The center overhead panel, we're going to test engine 1 fire. APU. Engine 2 fire. That all sounds good. Hydraulic panel looks good. Fuel panel looks good. Our electrical panel is all set for now. I didn't put the PCA on there. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and continue our flow all the way down the anti-ice panel. Propede is an auto cabin pressurization. Looks good. External lights are all set, and we'll go ahead and get the APU going here. Excellent. We'll arm the emergency exit lights, turn the observer's ACP to PA 3 o'clock position. We want to be on VHF3 data. Everything else on the first officer side here looks good. Coming on down to the main instrument panel. We want the glare shield, sorry, from left to right, all of our lights should be extinguished. We want to have the flight director on. Our current QNH is going to be, we're going to find a 3001, so we'll go ahead and set 3001 once, twice, and thrice. There we go. Flight director's on. Constraints arc 10 nautical miles. Digits in the window. All the other push buttons are off. Head and vertical speed looks good. Constraints on the first officer side. 10 nautical miles arc. We can leave the VORADFs off and the flight director's on. All the other lights on his clear shield are extinguished. On the main instrument panel, from left to right, we have the captain's ND, or the PFD on the left, ND on the right. Our ISIS is aligned. The upper ECAM display is on the upper. The lower ECAM display is on the lower. Brake fan is off. Landing gear is down through grenade. ND skid is on. The date and time are approximately correct. The landing gear is down with no red arrow indication. On over to the first officer side. ND's on the left. PFD's on the right. We can adjust the brightness how we see fit there. Coming on down to the center pedestal. We'll put ourselves on FMGC, and I'll put him on the ATSU because we should have a load sheet. There we go. We'll go ahead and accept that. Current database, CFM56 5P6 engines. That looks good. We'll come on down here. The CTAF frequency. The CTAF frequency, since we online, is going to be 2030. So we'll do 2030. It's been a minute since we've had to look that up, since I don't think this is, they have this over in Europe yet. I think this is really just a US thing. So, oops, 2030. Not 2050, 2030. There we go. Excellent. Alrighty, so we'll leave Unicom in the standby there. That looks good. So the RMP is set. ACP is set. Lighting looks good. Radar is off. Center instrument panel. We'll go ahead and do our OSO check here. We get enough oil, enough hydraulic status, and no weird status messages. And our oxygen looks good. Let's go ahead and recall any messages. There are none. We'll clear that. Thrust levers are at idle. Engine masters 1 and 2 are off. Mode's normal. Ground spoilers are disarmed. And the flaps are up. We have digits displayed in the rudder trim window here, and our gravity gear extension is down. We'll go up to the first officer side. His McDo works perfectly fine. We'll put him on VHF1. ACP looks good. And his lighting looks good. We'll go ahead and put in our auto ATC squawk of 2710. So 2710. Excellent. And we'll leave that, and we'll turn that on. That turns our mode C on, and we'll go ahead and do an accumulator pressure check here. So we'll press both brakes down, release our parking brake. I release the left brake, depress it, right brake. We're watching for both pressures to go down and back up in accordance to the pedal movement. There we go. We'll go ahead and set the brakes again. Alrighty, that all looks good. Let's go ahead and get into programming our McDo here. Let's go ahead and bring up our tablet, and we'll bring up our assembly flight plan here. We will initialize init request. Let that load up for a second. Alrighty, we're gonna be Allegiant flight 3318, not 3318. We're back in the US, so we can say 3318. Our cost index tonight is going to be a 30, cruising at the super high altitude of 12,000 feet, and it's plus 15 out, so, which is already warm. 15, so that's going to be plus 21. Oh, okay, really? Alright, we'll do 21. Oop, there we go. The current ground temperature outside in Orlando, 20 degrees. Nice and warm out there. Excellent. Sanford is going to be our alternate. We're planning on a 0 fuel weight of 113.3. I could look that up there. 113.3. 113.3 with a 0 fuel weight CG of 26.9%. Throw that in there. A block fuel of 17.1, which is on board at this time. Route reserve 0, and an alternate fuel of 2.4. So we'll put 2.4 in there, and that brings us back to a positive number. Excellent. Out of here, we will take off of 9 left. Sanford 1, we'll insert that since it's pretty much a radar vector SID. Then it's dates on the arrival there, which is there's nothing to the arrival. ILS 18, we'll call it the dates 1, and that's about it. That's about all we can do. We'll clear, insert dates, and there's like a few fix, and then the ILS there. So that is as easy as it gets there. For back to the init page, we'll go ahead and uplink our winds, and let's come over and see if we can get some takeoff performance, shall we? 9 left, dry, optimal, packs on. We'll sync the preliminary, add 2,000 pounds of 132.1. 132.1. Excellent. And we don't dare give credits for headwinds. And we'll calculate that out and send it to the McDo. We'll head right back down to our McDo, 146, 146, 149, to flex 68 with a flaps 1. That looks good. Let's go over to our descent phase. That'll be a 290 descent. Not like that should matter too much since, it is what it is. Alrighty, secondary flight plan, we'll go ahead and copy the active. There's no special engine out procedures, so that is all we need there. And what we can do now is we can go ahead and verify our route. If we go into plan mode there, there's not really much to it. Like I said, it's a radar vector SID, ATC vectors out to Dades, and then from Dades, which is all the way over here, then you have G-Spar, and then a heading, and that's it. That's the arrival. And then if I really want to, what we can do is we can bring up the approaches 1-8. We'll do the visual backed up with the ILS there, and you can see here we have where is it? Zeppum, KPOC, and then the runway. From KPOC to the runway, about 4 miles and a 3-degree glide slope. So, yep, about 4 miles, 3-degree glide slope for the missed approach, climbing 600 and a heading of 330 to intercept of 276. And I call it a 330 and outbound on the 276 to La Fall and a hold. So that's what that looks like there. So that's all been verified. Excellent. APU is up and online. Let's go ahead. We can get that bleed air going and get the external power off there. Now what we can do is we can turn to Ghost FO over here and ask him if he's ready for a departure briefing. Yep. Alrighty. We've reviewed the route. We can expect to depart runway 9 left. Is 9 right even an option? No, I think that's like another VFR runway for like this, you know, the guys who park down here. So 9 left it is. We'll push back. We'll taxi out via, what is this, Kilo and Bravo 1. Plan flaps 1 flex. Standard reject considerations. Any questions about what we reject for? Nope. Alrighty. In the event of an engine failure after V1, we'll continue straight ahead to about 3,000 feet. We'll clean up the aircraft, work the ECAM, and plan on returning back to Orlando. Otherwise, we'll continue out on the SID. It says 2,000 is the top. We have no ETC online, so we'll put 12,000 right on in there. Departure frequency 122.8, that's Unicom, and we're squawking 2710. Anything you'd like to add to that? Nope. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and double check our IRs are aligned. We have no faults up here. Our recorder ground control is on and ready to record our checklist here. EFIS is set. We're in arc 10 nautical miles, and we got an appropriate altimeter setting in there. I can go ahead and get rid of this. Our parking brake is on, and we've checked the triple indicator. Our ACP is set. RMP is set for departure there. Let's go ahead and bring up data. Position monitor. I guess I got rid of that a little too soon. Where are we here? Of course, I got to rotate you around, so we'll rotate you that way. How about that? And what we're looking for is approximately being somewhere on the airport of Orlando Sanford. So we have 2846.6, 2846.6, and west 081 14.1, 081 14.8. Close enough. I'll put you back on performance. How about that? Excellent. Our ND looks appropriate. I can go ahead and turn terrain on ND if I really want to there. We got V1, V2, climate nav blue, flight directors 1 and 2. And we can go ahead and check our oxygen. That all checks there. We should be getting pretty darn close to being finished with our boarding. I've got to stop hitting that. Alrighty, so GSX ports. Oh, okay. It shows people. I don't have the actual passengers sitting down though. That's the thing. So, which I don't mind. I don't mind saving a few frames by not having them on board there. So I wonder, is this the actual Allegiant flight? No, they don't wear hats in the U.S. Come on now. They do not wear hats in the U.S. Although it says cabin crew with a little logo right on the wing. So I don't know. Alrighty. So they're almost done boarding up though. Let's go ahead and go up top, get our fuel pumps on. External power is off, our bleed air is on. We can go ahead and turn our fasten seatbelt sign on. Go down here to the bottom. From right to left, we want to make sure our fuel is on board, balanced, and the pumps are on. Hydraulics are all looking good. Our electric, oh no, we don't need electrical. Pressurization. We got landing elevation is auto with the correct elevation there. And lastly, we have enough engine oil. We are all set and ready to go. We can do a before start checklist. Recorded ground control is on. Flight forms and maintenance log on board. Reviewed aircraft 323. Fuel quantity. Let's see, 17.1 is required, 17.1 is on board. Takeoff performance, we got 146, 146, 149, and a flex of 68. Oxygen is checked, seatbelt sign is on, ACAM is checked, park brake on and checked, MCDU is set, altimeters we got 3001, and departure briefing is reviewed. The before start checklist is complete. Excellent. There we go. So I think let's go in here. We can go ahead and disconnect the ground power. Now this time we don't need that anymore. Aircraft is loaded. Okay. Cool. Didn't even get to see if they like rolled up. There's our little belt loaders right there. They're closing up the doors. Oh man, there we go. So what we can do is just waiting on the jet bridge to get pulled there. Excellent. We'll go ahead and turn the beacon light on. That's going to arm all the doors. We're just waiting on our doors to arm. So we got 4 doors armed. We can go ahead and close this door. It is closed. I get it. You want me to release the parking brakes. Let's see. So we got PANTS and our beacon light is on. Jet bridge is gone. We are ready for pushback. I'm going to go ahead outside, double check, make sure no one is around us. Area is clear. Alrighty. We are ready for pushback. So I'm going to go ahead and accept our final load sheet here. We'll release the parking brake. There we go. Alrighty. I will start at Will. I just got to find where Will is. Alrighty. I put in the wrong zero fuel weight. It's 113.3. So 113.3. I thought something was wrong with that number. And then 26.9%. So that looks good. We'll go ahead and put a correct one in there. And that will be that. We'll leave that on there. Actually, you know what? Put you back on this page. You see, receive messages, final load sheet. How's it? Okay, where are we going? Where are we going? Okay. Do not mind it towing us through the... So, does anyone know? Like, do I need to have this set up? Like, I don't mind. It's just towing us right through a thing. Straight through a building. Don't mind. Don't mind GSX. Just doing GSX. Maybe I won't use GSX for the return out of Orlando Sanford. That was weird. GSX, you're weird. This is not where I want it to go. Okay. Great pushback, guys. Fantastic. Alrighty, well, we'll call that a win, I guess. So I'm guessing with GSX, do I have to go through and like literally set up every pushback spot at every airport? I don't know. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and start our engine, shall we? Don't mind the terminal right behind us. It's okay. All is normal. wait for the event light to go. We'll go ahead and turn the other engine on here. He's waved the flag at me, so I can go ahead and let him know. See his flag, excellent. He's just gonna walk right through the turning engine right back to where he started. Okay, I don't know how this works. Maybe next time, go ahead and bring this up. It's like, do I have to, so next page. Do I have to customize parking positions? Is that what I gotta do? I don't even know. What gate was I just at? It was like gate 16 or something like that. So is it here or is it gates? It says parking. Yep, I have no clue where it was. East parking, you have like a handful of gates. Everything else is a parking. Oh, well. Alrighty. We'll figure that out on a different day. Alrighty. I think we have 2 good engine starts there. Let's go ahead and go flaps 1. Clear left, clear right. Let's go ahead and run the after start checklist. Engine anti-ice is not needed. The status is, I forgot to press that button. There we go, checked. And the rudder trim is 0. The after start checklist is complete. Let's go ahead and roll on out of here. Gonna be so upset if like GSX was like, oh yeah, like you need to personalize each spot. I'm like, you know how many airports there are in the world and you want us to go through and personalize each spot? Come on, man. Alright. Let's see. We'll go ahead and bring up our taxi diagram here. Sanford traffic. Allegiant A319 is taxiing to runway 9er left via, where is it? Okay, thank you for rotating the chart like that. Via Charlie Kilo Bravo 1 for Sanford traffic. Alrighty, so we'll turn left here onto Charlie. That should be good. I'll slide you on over here so we can do our flight control checks. Pull up, pull down, neutral, pull left, pull right, neutral. We'll check the rudders. Pull left, pull right, neutral. We'll put the auto brakes on max. Let's see, we're looking at a Mach takeoff of 25.8, I think this is 25.5. So somewhere around here, somewhere around about there. We'll go ahead and throw on our predictive wind shear, and let's go ahead and do a takeoff config check. Excellent. And let's go ahead and run a before takeoff checklist, shall we? So flaps are 1 planned and 1 indicated. Our takeoff data and speeds are checked. Our weight, takeoff weight, we got 130.2. We're planning on 130.0. Our stab trim. Oh, I need to go fuel prediction. 25.5%, and we're looking at 25.5%. That's excellent. Flight controls checked. DCAM memo. Takeoff. No blue. before takeoff checklist is to the line. Oh, it certainly is nice being back in the Fenix, even though this is probably what I fly the most. The A350 definitely is a nice airplane to fly, though. We'll go ahead and get that done. Flight attendants, prepare for departure. Or prepare for takeoff. Whatever. They get the point. Once I swing the turn here onto Bravo, we can go below the line. Is this the whole short line? No way. No, that's for 1A. Huh? I am very confused about this whole short line being here, because there is literally nothing here. Whatever, dude. I don't understand this scenery. Alright, so... let's go below the line. Runway and FMS, we have a runway. I need to put you back up on this and this. Runway 9 left. In the box, on the screen, and out the window. That is checked. Minimum takeoff fuel. Men takeoff is 13.9 required. We have 16.8 on board. Flight attendants notified. Engine mode is norm. TCAS TARA before takeoff checklist is complete. Orlando Sanford traffic. Allegiant 3318 is departing. Runway 9er left will be departing the pattern to the south. Sanford traffic. Alrighty. So yeah, what we'll do is we'll take off, we'll head straight out for a bit, and then we'll make a right turn. And then we'll make a right turn back around to Dades. Alrighty, let's go ahead and chime our flight attendants. There we go. Landing lights are on. Taxi lights on. All the lights are on. Final is clear. Runway is clear. I haven't heard anyone talking on the radio, so I would think that we have the airport to ourselves. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, volume's up. I shall see you in the air. %on the engines. I've set down on the stick. They're stable. Flex. Thrust set. 80. Checked. V1, rotate. Positive rate, you're up. Climb is sad. Flaps up after takeoff checklist. Excellent. Sounds are coming down to a more reasonable level. I'll go ahead and get the autopilot on at this time. We can finish up our after takeoff items here. So landing gear is up, flaps are up, and we are pressurizing. Excellent. Let's go ahead and select a heading here. We'll start going south. Absolutely beautiful turnout over Central Florida here. Alright, seems like it should be good enough for us to go direct to Dades. Go ahead and activate that. I'll go ahead and get some in-flight tunes going for us here. There we go. Why does Flight Simulator want my attention? It should be fine. Yeah, okay. Let's go ahead and see what the CTAF for St. Peter's. We'll want 8.3, so we'll go ahead and put too quick. Wow. All right, really do need to turn that sensitivity down. Alrighty, so we'll do that, and we'll do 18.3. There we go. We'll leave Unicom up for a little bit. What's the outside air temperature? Still nice and warm. Don't have to worry about turning on the engine anti-ice there. So, as you can see, really short flight across Florida here. We're 11 for 12. Go ahead and turn off our major lights here. Let them know we're out of sterile. Excellent. We'll leave the fast seatbelt sign on since we're not climbing that high up this evening. There we are, leveled off here at 12,000 feet. We have alt cruise, and we'll cruise along at 300 knots. That's perfectly fine because we will begin our descent here momentarily as well. This one is a super short flight. We pretty much review the arrival and the ILS. Let's go ahead and pull up our tablet again and pull out our charts and see what's going on in St. Pete here. The current weather, let's see, 130 at 12, gusting to 23. All right, let's see. 10 statute miles, broken 3,000, broken 3,800 is still going to be pretty much a visual backed up with the ILS here because going to be intercepting at 1,500 feet, so we should be well below the clouds when we intercept there. So it'll be a visual backed up with the ILS to runway 18. That's going to be chart 11-1, date of 14 April 23. That's all we really need to brief there, and that's even overdoing it. We're going to use, let's go, it's a little gusty, so here, what we'll do is when it's gusty like this, I like to do flat. No, why am I on this page? Performance. On the performance page. So let's go ahead and get our weather. It's 1:30 at 12. 1:30 at 12. There we go. Temperature is 23. And the altimeter is 29097. There we go. I'll go ahead and set that once, twice, and thrice. There we go. We'll do a config 3 landing. It's just the airplane, generally when it's gusty winds, it just handles better in a config. You're gonna have a higher ref speed, but it just handles better when it's like that. Alrighty. Let's see. ILS is gonna be 207. Those are our minimums. Rad nav, double checked IPIE, that looks good. 177 is the front course with a 3-degree glide sloping to KPIE, runway 18. There we go. Excellent. And it looks like a new report just came out. So let's go ahead and put in the new stuff there. The 29906 now is the meter. Set once, twice, and thrice. There we go. And the winds are still 130, but it's at 16 now, gusting up to 24. So 130 at 16. Excellent. And I'm gonna add a little bit for the gust there. We'll add let's see, that's an 8-knot gust, so we'll add 4 knots. So 139 is what our ref should be. Excellent. So we've done all the things to ensure the most successful approach and landing that we can possibly have. Alrighty. Short time lived up here in our cruise phase. Should begin our descent phase here momentarily. In fact, let's see. I don't know how they would do it in real life. What are the nearby airports here? Alrighty. We're pretty much past the Orlando area. We got to get past the Tampa area to get into St. Pete here. So what I'll probably do, I don't know how they do it in real life. We'll just vector ourselves. How about that? So I'm going to go ahead and maintain this heading. And we'll go radial land to Zepham. Direct to Zepham. We'll radial in there. I'll insert that. Nope. I'll pull my heading again. And let's go ahead and begin a descent down to, let's call it, well, I'll wait till we're a little bit closer. Zepham inbound is going to be, I don't think there's an altitude associated with it, but I think 1,700 feet, because you see the hole there is at 1,700 feet, so You got 2,600 feet right there into Zeppelin. So we'll call it that, 2,600 feet. So about 3,000 feet. That's what we want to be crossing Zeppelin there. It says decelerate. We should be perfectly fine where we are now. I'll clear that. We'll wait just a little bit longer before we begin our descent down to about 3,000 feet. Alright, showing about 50 miles out from the airport now. Seems like it could be a somewhat appropriate time to begin our descent on down to, we'll call it 5,000 feet initially, so I'll go ahead and we'll start doing an open descent there. I know this, I don't know why it's in the Mach mode. Just because we're cruising doesn't mean it's Mach. Okay, whatever. Oh, all right. Some things still need some refining, but that's okay. We take what we got. We go with it. I got selected speed, so we can go ahead and activate our approach phase here. Excellent. There we go. Our approach phase is activated. We are still at plus 20, so still nice and warm down there. Great time to be going down into the Florida area to get away from some of the cold weather, the northeast there. Although it's slowly starting to become springtime, so snowbirds will be returning back north again here soon. Let's go ahead and prepare the cabin crew for landing. Flight attendants, prepare for landing. There we go. And we'll go ahead and get all of our lights on. And we'll let them know we're back in Sterling again. Excellent. It's easy as that. One of our shorter flights, probably one of them shortest you're going to do in an A319. Although I'm sure there's people out there, some of you out there that will be able to find shorter. So if you'd like to see a shorter flight, let me know. Go ahead and bring the range down a little bit there. Excellent. We'll go ahead and bring it down to 3,000 feet. And once we get really close to Zeppelin, what I'll do is we'll just go direct to Zeppelin, and then we'll intercept a localizer from there. So no biggie. Oh yeah, this descent profile looks really, really good. Now, we'd be conflicting with traffic going into Tampa, but that's okay. I would imagine they'd break us off and send us a little further north. To send us down low, well north of Tampa, so that you can get other guys on the ILS coming in above you. That's how I think it would go. Because the other option is to go way down south, then all the way west of the airport. So south of the peninsula, then west out over the Gulf, and then back north again to come in for the visual approach that way. So it's got to be one of the two, because they got to keep you clear of arrivals on the north side coming into Tampa, departures on the south side departing Tampa. And then you get Sarasota, so you got to like squeeze them in over Sarasota, but below the departures out of Tampa. It's airspace can get kind of congested when you're talking about just 3 essentially airports in almost the same area. It's not like a DC or New York where it's like 3 airports for one city, but it's pretty darn close. Pretty darn close. I don't know why these screens are looking so bright. We'll dim them down just a tad bit there. There we go. There we go. Starting to pop out below the clouds here. What I could do, since I am really on profile here, we could shortcut it in to Zepham. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll execute that. I'll change over to St. Petersburg, CTAF. St. Petersburg traffic. Allegiant 3318 is 25 miles to the east. We're proceeding direct to Zepham on the ILS runway 18, St. Petersburg traffic. Max Racing says, howdy, how are you doing, Max Racing? Glad you could join for another Turn and Burn Tuesday. You joined in at just the right time. You missed the GSX quote unquote pushback out of Orlando there, which literally was them. It didn't even push me back at all. It literally just pulled me through the terminal there, and then dropped me off on the other side of the terminal. I was like, all right, well, clearly I have some more setting up in GSX to do. Why are we doing a config 3 landing? Well, Max Racing, if we look here at the weather, it's 16 gusting 24, so we got an 8 knot gust. So I said, well, you know what, we'll do a flaps 3 landing. I could do a flaps full landing with a gust that small, because it wouldn't be too terribly bad of a gust. However, it's a little bit gusty, so I decided, you know what, let's do a flaps 3 landing and see how that comes out here. It's going to be a little bit more slick coming in, so it'll be a little extra floaty with a flaps 3 coming in here, but especially in the 319. But with the way the winds are, having a little bit of the extra of that rough speed and a lot more of a buffer between VLS and your rough speed, it helps out a lot. With just having that much less flaps hanging out in the wind, your plane performs a lot better. So and I've done it several times, especially like landing in hurricanes and stuff like that. Like, you have to do a flaps 3 landing. So I mean, there's been times where I've done a flaps 3 landing and you had to go selected speed, because there was absolutely no way the airplane was going to maintain that. The ground speed mini was just going absolutely crazy, trying to figure everything out. Why are you trying to overfly Zepham? Whatever. We'll just arm up the approach now. How about that? Let's go ahead and pause our in-flight entertainment here. And before I forget, let's go ahead and start our replay or recording our replay. Not starting, let's record it. Dude, the weather is heating up here, but the winds, yeah, the winds are getting a little crazy down here. I'm glad it's finally starting to warm up there. You guys have had all in the last 30 days, snow and warm weather. So yeah, it's crazy where you're at right now. Winds heard the invisible flight training lesson canceller. Oh yeah. I do remember that. That's where I went, we had what was called a pilot qualification card, and this is essentially a card that your flight instructor fills out, that says it broke down the wind component in 3 different ranges, the visibility in 3 different ranges, ceiling in 3 different ranges, and if you had the 3 being you need to be strictly VFR with no winds, 1 being you can be IFR with gusty winds. So if you had a card of all 1s, then let's go ahead and slow down. In fact, let's go ahead and just manage our speed. You could fly in almost anything, right? With or without an instructor on board. So when you were in your private pilot, when you were doing your private pilot stuff, you really wanted to go up on the days that had the worst crosswinds, because then you could get your qualification extended for higher crosswind limitations. Because remember, crosswind limitation is only what you've demonstrated to someone else, right? Same thing with when they certify the aircraft, right? So like Airbus has like a 36 knot crosswind limitation. That's just because that was the windiest day they could fly the airplane under crosswind. So that's what it is. VFA next -10. Let's go flaps 1. Do I need to pre-select the next altitude? Maybe. Let's go ahead and pre-select 1500 just in case. Here comes the localizer. Excellent. So it's going to catch both. I'm not too worried about it. My lesson got winded out last weekend and is scheduled to get winded out next. Oh my gosh. Is the wind ever going to die down? We did on my school limitation is 5 knots direct cross. Really? Just 5 knots? I get it for private pilot, but I mean, if you demonstrated to your instructor that you can handle like 7 or 8, even 9 knots of crosswind, why not? So what I'll do is I'm going to let the airplane hang out here at a characteristic speed. So when you manage your speed up, the airplane will slow all the way down to the characteristic speed, which is FS or green dot, right? So I'm just going to let the airplane hang out here at its characteristic speed until I'm ready to slow all the way down. And then I can throw the gear down, go flaps 2, and start doing all the fun things all at one time. So that's why you don't see me you don't see me selecting speed, you don't see me extending flaps, because if I extend flaps, it'll go all the way down to F speed, and I don't want to go to F speed quite yet. So we hang out here for a little bit. We get low capture, glide slope capture, or set them as approach altitude. That is going to be 1,700 feet. Very flat out here. All right, so let's go ahead and set 1,700 feet.
2,500.
Radar altimeter is alive. Tell you what, if you had to commute between Tampa and Orlando, this is the best way to do it. Dude, you got to go through to the airport and go through TSA and all that jazz, but it certainly beats sitting in traffic on I-4. Alrighty, seems good enough. Let's go ahead and drop the gear. Flaps 2. Speed is verified. I forgot to do a descent checklist. Might as well do one. Altimeters. We got 29906. Auto brake is. I thought I had it on low. Perf approach page is set. Arrival briefing reviewed. No star. We'll do the date's arrival. Visual approach backed up with ILS to runway 18, and our status is checked. Descent checklist is complete. Ooh, you're expecting a gusting crosswind up to 22 knots this weekend? Wow. Alrighty, let's go ahead and arm our speed brakes. There we go. And flaps 3, speed verified. Before landing checklist altimeters. Altimeters is going to be 2996. We're at 1200. Engine mode. Norm. Landing gear is down and 3 green. ECAM memo. Landing no blue. Before landing checklist is complete. I do have the airport in sight. We're 1,000 feet and stable. I'll turn the volume up and I'll talk to you guys on the ground. Autopilot's off. Table targeting 9, clear to land.
Hundred above. Minimum. $100. 50, 40, 30, 20, retard, 5.
Void. 80, 60. Auto brakes off, manual braking. We'll take this next right hand turn up here, and I don't know what that is. Ooh, I just passed it. All right, we'll take the one after that then. Excellent, there we go. We'll turn here. Hopefully, we'll try GSX again. Let's do GSX again. Hopefully it doesn't tow me into the terminal like it did the first time around. Someone quick, deploy the slides that they were floating. Oh man. You say, what if they consolidate private instrument training like they do in the military? That would be, I think, you might be onto something. And I'm not saying do both ratings at once. Let's go flaps up. Flaps are coming up. Let's see. Yep, we're coming here. So even though, like, in reality, our flow would start down here, but because I'm one person and I can see straight ahead, I just move the flaps before I come on down. So we got that. Set the standby. Flaps are up. That's a normal. Those are disarmed. Predictive wind shear is off. LS and flight directors can come off. Go ahead and get all of our lights off and get our APU started. There we go. Let's see. I want one with a gate. Let's try one with a gate. I feel like that's what I really need. Oh, you know what? I actually gotta. So it's gate 4. So I actually gotta bring up GSX, don't I? Alright, so 1 suitable parking position. Is there two gates? 10 suitable parking positions. And we want gate 4, right? This is the one we want. No. Alright, that is not where I thought gate 4 would be. It looks like they showed up at this gate, right? Am I tripping? No. Okay, so he is at this gate. It just showed up in the, so the safety area, okay, so technically the safety areas merge. That's why that they showed up the way they did. Alright, so back in the flight deck. Let's go ahead and turn our little thing off here, our little taxi light. And let's not taxi into the grass, please. Thank you. And let's swing it on in. Hey, Max Racing. It was a little floaty, but it wasn't that bad. I've definitely floated worse. And that's the and I like I said, we added to our VREF and our flaps 3, so it definitely makes it a little floaty. Even in a non-sharklet aircraft. Now, if we were in a sharklet, you can imagine how much more we'd float. I actually have a guide man this time. This is crazy. I have to learn the ways of GSX, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, okay. I don't want that. I want to just see the guy. Is there a way to only see the guy? I don't need to know my distance offset. Start focusing super hard on this guy. Oop. That looks good. Or it says minus 3 feet. Can I still go forward? Okay. Whatever. Close enough. Alrighty, so we got that. Excellent. We'll turn the fast seatbelt sign off. I didn't know like if he was going to do anything else. So the fast seatbelt sign is off. We'll go ahead and shut down the number 2. Since the APU is online, we'll shut down the number 1. All of that is good. We'll turn off our fuel pumps here. Alright, and we can go ahead and get the beacon off. Check our Dura Oso again. We can request, it should be automatic. It should be automatic. I have it set to do it automatically, but I don't know. We'll see. Alrighty, so we have our engines, hydraulics, status, oxygen, all look good. Shutdown checklist, park brake is on and checked. Engine masters are off. Engine mode is norm. Speed brake disarmed. Radar is off. Wind shear is off. Our fuel pumps are all off, and our slides, we have 4 disarmed. APU is on. The shutdown checklist is complete. We'll go ahead and do that. I can hear them saying goodbye, so okay. And I heard it says passenger debriefing or deboarding has started or whatever. It should do it automatically, right? So massive balance. Like, passengers are getting off the airplane? Yeah, passengers are getting off the airplane. Sweet. Do I have to hit deboard? I don't know. I've never used this. So we'll figure it out. Let's see. They should. Okay. Oh, look at there. I don't know why we're using pallets, but it is what it is. Maybe I have to make some tweaks to the aircraft to be like, hey, stop using ULDs. It's just an Airbus. Got people walking through the jet bridge. You know, I feel like GSX has ruined the immersion for me. I don't know. So where are they going to take these pallets? Because they literally offload 2 pallets, but like, there's no vehicle to, or do they just drive off with them? Do they literally just load pallets up and drive off with them? Is that how these work? Get out of here. They do. They're just gonna drive off with these pallets. Oh, that's crazy. Alrighty. Well, while they're doing that thing, let's go ahead and go into sim brief, and we're gonna create a flight here. Another flight, Allegiant A319. Oh, let me go ahead and end our stop our recording. There we go. Excellent. I'll go ahead and get Fly Live swapped over. Excellent. And we'll be departing from St. Pete to Sanford, Florida. Gonna be in an A319 with CFM engines. What were you gonna say about what I said about the training? Cause yeah, that's a really good idea you have there. Like, I wouldn't be against that, simply for like having more instrument time as a private pilot, and I say that because we'll say none. And how much gas do we have on board? 14.1? Excellent. I'll put 14.1 on. We'll go ahead and generate that. Yeah, I am for private pilots having a little bit more instrument time, just because you never know when you're going to be that person that inadvertently flies an IMC, right? And you want to have the tools and skill set to get yourself back out if you so desire. So I think that's a great set of skills to have, honestly. What's in the oldies? Something from Colombia. It may be a white powdery substance, I'm not too sure. Flour. The white powdery substance is flour. I'm pretty sure it's flour. And that's what I'm saying. I was told it's flour, so I deliver flour. That's what I do. I fly flour back and forth from Colombia. I don't know what you think I do for a living there. Excellent. So deboard. It should be already. Yeah, we're already at 81 people. So I really just need to click that. And once that is all done, we can import our next flight. Oops, part of my flow should be to turn. Nope, stop it. Turn that back on. Alrighty, so there we go. Have they hooked up the? Nope, they have not. Alright, let's go ahead and look up our company messages though. Yeah, Allegiant Ops, yep, okay, got it. Arrival message, yep, got it. Alrighty. So do I need to like specially prepare this position or what? I need GSX. 25 of 101 passengers deported. Alright, customize airport position. Oh, can't do it while it's active. Cool. I mean, thank you, GSX. So, I don't know. Do I need to get a profile somewhere? Because I swear, if I do this pushback and it pushes me back into the terminal or somewhere, I have no clue. I'm gonna rage quit on GSX. Nah, I won't. But, you know, it is what it is. So we'll figure it out, hopefully before tomorrow night. If I don't figure it out before tomorrow night, I just won't use GSX. I probably won't use GSX tomorrow night because tomorrow night I'm planning on doing a stream. We'll be doing some Delta Airline A350 ops from Minneapolis to Atlanta. So definitely want to have all my ducks in a row for that, but also a slightly longer stream, so I don't want to like be messing around and trying to fidget around with GSX if it's not all the way set up. So, you know, it is what it is. While we're waiting to deplane everyone else, let's go ahead and offload our old flight and re-import from Simbrief St. Pete to Orlando Sanford. So we will go to flights, unload, import from Simbrief. There we go. Allegiant 3318, St. Petersburg to Sanford. Wow, 11 knot crosswind with a 10 knot headwind. That is absolutely bonkers here. Okay, and we will be doing, it's 9 left. We'll do the ILS to 9 left there. Excellent. Alright, so all of that looks good. The mini arrival into Orlando Sanford, it's inside of Orlando, so that's fine. And what's it look like? We're gonna go pricey mini 6. So pricey, and then I don't know where pricey is. It's not on the arrival. And then mini 6, which is mini Unity Orlando, and then we'll just go into a 9 left there. So that will be that. Should be fairly simple. Go ahead and bring in the new route there. Excellent. 15,000 feet this time on the way up. Excellent. I'm not mad about that. Alrighty. Bring you back over here because I'm so used to seeing you over there. And let's see. 59 people left to go. And that's taking quite a long time. So let's go ahead and go outside. Shall we? Do a quick little walk around here. LOD's kind of feeling how its limitations right there, but that's okay. Still a great looking airplane all the way around. Allegiant tug is out of the way for now. In reality, they would have hooked that up already. Alright, that looks good. That light, so this little light right here, that's like a no-go item. If that light doesn't work, if you're doing your walk around and the brake is on, and I'm gonna turn the brake off so you can see what it looks like when it's off. Oh, it doesn't work in the walk around mode? Alright, whatever. So apparently I can't not set the parking brake in the walk around mode, but, or let me do this. Let's see, will I do it now? No? Okay. Cool story. But if that light isn't on during your walk around, that's a grounding item. You literally can't go anywhere. That is a very important light to have. The tires all look good there. Nope, no ULDs in there. Excellent. Now, the one thing I do dislike about the A319 is because it's so short. When they have the belt loader here, you gotta like, it's hard to get to this area to look into the engine. It's just, you can't do it because the belt loader is right. You see where the cone is? That's where a belt loader is. So now you're like having to like squeeze your way, like side shuffle to look into the engine. Alright, looks at always dip down and look underneath, because you want to make sure that the latches are latched down there. Anytime you see an Airbus where the engine cowling is like flying off, I guarantee you, wow, the sensitivity is super high. I guarantee you that they didn't the latches weren't latched. So maintenance serviced something and latched one of the latches, but not all of them. So I always get down on one knee and check to make sure everything is latched down below. Yeah, gonna check the main landing gear here. You can see like the wear pins right here. But they're getting there. They're getting there. Almost worn, but looks good. I do like how they have all the panels numbered and labeled. That's what you see in real life. You see a little clear sticker on the panel number. See if I can get a little screenshot there. Nah, I don't want to do it because I have too much stuff in the way. I want to have to crop the screen just for a screenshot. All right. GSX is the most forever taking thing I've ever seen. 65 of 101. Wow. Okay, GSX, you are not trying to help me turn and burn. I'll tell you that much. Alright. Coming back around to the frontier. Apparently, this airplane is equipped with brake fans. You probably, even though the APU is going and we got the packs going, you probably would be able to hear the brakes popping from the heat. But the brakes on this side look good as well. What aircraft do you think has the loudest APU? Ooh, I mean, are you meaning that 320 family? If you're talking about just 320s, then they all are exactly the same loudness because it's all the same GPU, or it's all the same APU. I mean, to be fair, there's slight variations on the APU. There are a few different APU manufacturers, and so it really depends. Some APUs from some manufacturers take longer to start up than others. Just the fact of life. I don't know why some manufacturers did it that way, but it is what it is. You just kind of got to live with it and just know that if your APU is taking a long time to start up, you must have a different type of APU on board. Alright, that looks good there. We'll go ahead and hop back up onto the flight deck there. I'm trying to get everyone deboarded here. Wow. GSX, you're taking quite a long time. But do you mean just in the 320 family there, Maxerson? I forgot to bring the volume down. You mean in the 320 family? Or are you saying like of all the airplanes that ever existed? Because I will tell you, there is an APU out there. I don't think it exists anymore, and thank goodness it doesn't. But a certain airline that flies CRJs had this one airplane. It was just one airplane. So there's literally one airplane in the entire fleet that would constantly come through this airport, and you could hear the APU in the terminal. It was not like it was loud, like something was legitimately wrong with this APU. Like it was whining. Like none of the other APUs in the fleet did it, but that APU had the most annoying whine that literally all the passengers, all the gate agents, all the flight attendants, all the pilots, you could hear it inside of the airport with the doors closed. It was that loud. Like, guys, I know you're trying to save money by not replacing APUs, but you need to replace this APU because it is going to die. But I find most airplanes have a pretty quiet APU. I mean, that's being relative, right? Because APUs are loud in general, but I mean, also think about where APUs are as well. APUs are at the back of an airplane, right? So, you know, if you're in a terminal, you will almost never hear an APU going. Alright, so GSX, why do you take so long? Dude, Fenix could have deboarded the airplane quicker. Jesus, am I in a 321? Because I certainly it's only 100 people. We gotta fix that. There's gotta be. It's probably somewhere in my GSX settings. I just don't know. Oop. Let's bring you back up. I am going to take you out. Let's see. I am going to bring up settings. Let's see if I can bring up settings. Yes, thank you. Timings, boarding destination. What is this? The setting controls the density of passengers in the flying laws. How does that work with timings, though? More density equals quicker times. Okay, with some costs on FPS and to the overall number of sim objects in the home. But that's like if I'm viewing. More density equals quicker time. This makes no sense. You know what? We're gonna go a little bit more dense. Apply and okay. Get rid of you. And all right, 96 out of 101, so we got 5 more passengers to go. Or I can just look down here and say we have 5 more passengers to go. All right, GSX. I literally could have loaded up the make do, briefed, and run a checklist in the time you guys have. Oh, and done a walk around in the time you all have deboarded an aircraft. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. So definitely some tweaking that needs to happen on my side in terms of GSX. I'll figure it out though. I'm gonna figure it out. Nope. I don't want a deboard crew. Why are you asking me that question? That's dumb. Alrighty. So, let's go ahead and go in here. Import the next flight. Yeah. Ground services. Oh no, mass imbalance. Load the aircraft. GSX refueling. And I don't even need to refuel. Okay. $119. So a few more passengers on the way back this time. Let's go ahead and since we have everything pretty much ready to go, we can come down here. The fuel truck doesn't even need to do anything. I don't know why I said fueler. Because what I did was I made it so that we were fueled all the way through. So I don't need gas. I don't know why I said fuel. That's dumb. Whatever. It is what it is. Beginning boarding. How are they ready for pushback? You don't even have the pushback tug connected. How are you ready for pushback? Alright, passenger boarding is started. We have our preliminary load sheet. We'll go ahead and accept that. We'll go back to our initialization page. We'll go ahead and send a init request. Alrighty, we have an AOC uplink. We're going to be Y3318. I did not mean to do that. Back to init. There we go. Cost index is going to be 22. We're going to be cruising at an altitude of 15,000 feet on the way back. 13 degrees warmer. That's 11. 11 or 10, something like that. It gets weird when you start working around 0. So 11. We'll just call it 11 plus 11. Current temperature is 23 degrees. Cool, we're done refueling, essentially. Alrighty, no alternate, that checks. Our zero fuel weight is going to be 117.1, 117.1 with a planned CG of 29.0%. Our block fuel, 14.1, that's on board. 0 on the route reserve. And there is no alternate. We'll take off of runway 18. There is no SID out of here, right? That's, I don't think it filed for SID, just an arrival. Yep, just an arrival there. So pricey mini 6 arrival, Sanford 9 left. So we'll go ahead and insert that. Sanford arrival 9 left. Goofy mini, there we go. Oh, you can even do the arrival from a transition. Let's see. St. Petersburg. Oh, we won't do that. Although we could. We won't do that. It'll be that. Alrighty. Excellent. So, Lanky says, hello. Hi, how are you doing, Lanky? Welcome to the live stream. Start and Burn Tuesday. We're loading up here. I'm trying to figure out GSX, since that's my the newest toy that I bought for the simulator. Let's see. I got the ILS the 9 left in there, correct? Yeah. ILS 9 left, mini 6. That looks good. Let's go ahead back to the Annette page here. We'll request some wins, performance. You can see the passengers walking on top of the jet bridge. Good job, GSX. Alrighty. Let's see. Let's go into the performance page here. He said the Embraer jet, you can hear the APU from your house. You know, I mean, they do have quote unquote the silencer on those airplanes to make it nice and quiet. So I have no clue how loud they are. Can you do Southwest? Full flight, please. Southwest. I do not have a 737. Although we are in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, so I'm pretty sure I could just use the default Max 8 and use the default Max 8 and then find a Southwest livery on there. But that's one of those things. I get a good buddy that flies 737s, so I kind of want to partner up with him and you know, kind of learn how to do learn how to fly a 737 the correct way. So we'll sync this load sheet. Oh, you say no, they don't. I thought there's at least the Embraer 145s, the way the APU, the exhaust nozzle is like tilted up. It's like supposed to be like the quote unquote silencer. Let's see. 130. That's gonna be 132.8. 132.8. Excellent. So 130. Yeah, we don't give credit for headwinds, so we shall do that. We'll calculate that out and send that to the McDo. Embraer so loud your ears almost burst. Man, I haven't really had experience walking around Embraer aircraft that much, so that's like I said earlier to Max Racing, the loudest one I've heard was a very certain tail number CRJ. So we got 141, 141, 145, flex 68 with flaps 1. That sounds good. And let's do a 290 descent. That looks good. And secondary flight plan, we can go ahead and copy over the active. Excellent. We can go ahead and verify our route if we want to. Put our flight directors on. We'll put in, let's go ahead and put in 15,000 feet since no one's online. There we go. And I'll move you down to plan mode. Excellent. So, flight plans. is super straightforward. We're going to be going St. Pete, direct to pricing, direct to Mini. That's going to be the transition on the Mini 6 arrival, which is going to be Unity, then Orlando. So we got Unity and then Orlando. And then we can plan on the visual. We'll back it up with the ILS to runway 9er left. I cannot see what that fix. UGMA. Is that what that says? I think that says UGMA. And then all NAF. And then the runway there between all NAF and the runway should be about 5 miles on a 3-degree glide slope. About 5 miles on a 3-degree glide slope. That looks good. For the missed approach, climb the 500, intercept the 033 to Smyrna, and we shall hold there. So out to Smyrna and hold there. That looks good. So that's all been verified. All right, that's Langy says might need to get a pet. I'll try to go on your live tomorrow. Sweet deal. Yeah, look forward to seeing you tomorrow evening. Like I said, we'll be doing some Delta A350 ops from Minneapolis to Atlanta. Getting back on the A350 train there. I just absolutely love how that plane is a joy to fly. So now's a great time to go ahead and I forgot that we have a flight attendant and people coming on board. She scared me there for a second. Ask our ghost FO if he's ready for a briefing. Yep, I'm ready for a briefing. Alrighty, excellent. So we are on the stand here in St. Petersburg. We'll taxi to runway 18 via Alpha. It's pretty simple. All the way down to the end. Alpha Alpha 1. Planet Flaps 1 Flex. Standard reject considerations. Any questions about what we reject for? Nope. If we do lose an engine after V1, we'll continue straight ahead to about 3,000 feet. We'll clean up the aircraft and work the ECAM. And we can plan on an emergency return to either St. Petersburg or Tampa. If we need more runway, we can always go to Tampa. Otherwise, we'll continue our climb up to 15,000 feet. Departure frequency will be 122.8. That's the Unicom frequency. And we'll hold our squawk of 2710 since I did not get a new auto ATC for our new flight. So we'll just hold on to that. Any questions? Nope. Alrighty, so what we want to do is we want to make sure all of our IRs are aligned. We can get the recorder ground control back on so we can catch our checklist. Our EFIS is set with the current altimeter, flight directors on, airport arc, 10 nautical miles. That's good. Our park and brake is on, and our triple indicator is checked there. ACP is set, RMP is set, and let's go ahead to data, position monitor, and if we go up top here, we're looking for it to be reasonable. So we got 2754.5, 2754.4, and 082, 41.4, 02, 41.4. So that looks good. The ND looks good to me. We have V1, V2, climate nav, or blue, flight directors 1 and 2. And no need to check the oxygen again since we have kept the aircraft. We're just checking to make sure nothing has changed with the mass down here. So that's good. So let me go ahead and I'll put you back on performance. I'll send you back to the main page there. Alrighty, and we can run actually, let's go ahead and get our fuel pumps on. We're done getting fueled. APU is on the bleed air. We'll turn the fast seatbelt sign on. That sounds good there. It sounds like they have completed the boarding process. Yes, they have completed the boarding process. Let's go ahead and check. Oop, I'll turn you off. We'll check our fuel on board. Balanced. Pumps are on. Hydraulics, all our fluids look good. Pressurization, auto with a landing elevation. And our engine oil quantity looks good there. We can run it before start. Checklist. Recorder ground control is on. Flight forms and maintenance. Log on board. Reviewed aircraft 323. Fuel quantity 14.1 required, 14.0 on board. Takeoff performance of 141, 141, and 145 with a flex of 68. Oxygen checked. Seatbelt sign is on. ECAM checked. Park brake is on and checked. MCDU is set. The altimeters, we got 29906. Departure briefing is reviewed. Before start checklist is complete, let's go ahead and take you off. Excellent. I think our jet bridge is moving away. Has moved away. It's doing something. I'm gonna make sure our jet bridge has moved away before we begin. Or should I just turn on the... Let's go ahead. I don't know. I don't know what this is doing now. Nope, I don't want you. I want you. Got 119, 119. Okay. Whoop. Nope. I thought it was disappearing. It is not. So, what happens if I do this? Deboarding complete. There we go. Locking gear. What? I don't... Why does this menu keep disappearing? Interrupt pushback. No? Ooh. Change direction? Oh, okay. I don't know. No, we'll just say no. I don't know how GSX works. But if I look... Wow. Okay. Look here, we have 4 doors armed. We'll go ahead and close that door. We have our PA, N, T, and S. And let's check our company message here. The final load sheet. Accept 117.1. 17.1, and we're right on 29.0%. And 29.0%. So we're right on. So that is perfect. Is it going to tell me when they're ready for brake release or no? I guess they should say when they're ready for brake release, right? No? Okay. I release the brakes. Okay. Brakes are set. Oh, no, not you. I want a GSX. I don't understand this menu. Let's see. I want nose right. I think that's the one I want. All right, here we go. This is gonna work. Here we go. Let's find out. All right, we're gonna start at will as soon as I can find them. And look at these wing walkers. Such good wing walkers out here. Holding their hands up the way they should be. We'll wait till we cross the service road here. This is working perfectly. I mean, GSX is slow as molasses when it comes to boarding and deplaning, but this is working perfectly. So, we'll start the number 1. That's a nose right pushback? Get out of here. Brake set, clear to disconnect uniform. Y'all have a great day. Alrighty, maybe customizing the pushback should be like a thing. Or maybe this is how they really do it. I have no clue. This does not seem like a nose right pushback though. I mean, ever so slightly nose right. Go back into the flight deck. Wait for a person to show me the pin. Seriously, you're gonna hide out right in the post. She showed me the pin. I have a salute. There we go. What? That just GSX? Why? Worst spot ever. All right. So there we go. Engines are started. Excellent. Only need 3 minutes to warm up these engines now. So let's go flaps 1. Alrighty then. So, after start checklist, we don't need the engine anti-ice. Status has been checked and our rudder trim is 0 after start. Checklist is complete. Like she said, we're clear on the left. We are clear on the right. St. Petersburg traffic. Allegiant 3318 is taxiing to a runway 18 via Alpha. St. Petersburg traffic. Alrighty, so we can go ahead and we'll bring this up. Bring that up just like that. There we go. Put you over there. Zoom you out just a little bit. Excellent. First, you got to release the parking brake to go anywhere. That would generally help. Alrighty, flight control check. Pull up. Pull down. Neutral. Pull left. Pull right. Neutral. Pull left. Pull right. Neutral. We'll put the auto brake on to max. We shall get the PWS on. And let's see, what was our trim supposed to be? %27.5%. Which is going to be somewhere around there. Yeah, I'll put you on. We can do the memo there. I'll just keep toggling back and forth, making sure we stay on center line. Excellent. Actually, I don't need you anymore. We can't tell the flight attendants prepare for takeoff. Flight attendants prepare for takeoff. Excellent. Let's run a before takeoff checklist. Flaps 1 planned and 1 indicated. Takeoff data and speeds are all checked. Our weight, we're looking at 131.0, and we're planning 130.7. That looks good. Our stab trim, 27.6%. We're planning on 27.5%. Flight controls are checked. ECAM memo is takeoff cabin blue. Before takeoff checklist is to the line. Let's see, we can go ahead and put you on. That looks good there. And let's go ahead and we'll wait for the cabin crew members to be ready to go in the bag before we go below the line. Not a super short taxi, so obviously don't know what's taking them so long to get everything set back there, but it is what it is. Did I close this door? Yeah, I did close the door. Hey, I remembered things. There we go. Don't really need you anymore, except I do need to know what my minimum takeoff fuel is, which is 5.9. Wow, okay. There we go, below the line, runway and FMS. I see runway 18 in the box on the screen and out the window. That's checked. Men takeoff fuel 5.9 required, 13.8 on board. Flight attendants notified. Engine mode norm, and our TCAS is TARA before takeoff checklist is complete. Below St. Petersburg traffic. Allegiant A319 departing runway 18 will be departing the pattern to the east. St. Petersburg traffic. Alrighty, no one is on final. The runway is clear. Let's go ahead and blast off on out of here. We can turn our lights on. Let the flight attendants know we're taking the runway. It's going to be quite a gusty departure out of here. I'll turn the volume up and I will see you all in the air. Alright, 50% half down on this side stick. Thrust is stable. Flex. Thrust set. AD checked. V1, rotate. Positive rate, you're up. Get the autopilot on. Almost looks like a golf course right below us. I'm gonna have to go on Google Earth and figure out if that really is a golf course right near the St. Petersburg airport. Climb us up. You get a disco. We'll continue south until we clean her on up. Flaps up after takeoff checklist. Alright, the landing gear is up, the flaps are up, and we are pressurizing after takeoff checklist is complete. I should probably dim this screen just a little bit. I don't know why it's so bright there. I'll dim it a little bit more. And let's see. Flight plan. Let me zoom out here a little bit. Yeah, we can go direct to pricey, why not? Direct to pricey. We'll insert that. St. Petersburg traffic. Allegiant A319 is departing the pattern to the east. St. Petersburg traffic. Alrighty, so that's there. We can go ahead and put the Unicom back up. And 120.3 is the frequency for Orlando Sanford. It's plus 20 out, so don't need to worry about our engine anti-ice. I'll bring the volume back down to a more reasonable level. Hopefully you enjoy that takeoff out of St. Petersburg. Get some, well, now that we're above the clouds, turn the screens back up just a tad bit there. Get our in-flight entertainment going back again. Excellent. Those are some not so small clouds out there. Oh, I forgot our 10,000 foot thing. We're 14 for 15. Go ahead and turn all of those lights off. There we go. Let the flight attendants know we are out of sterile. And we'll probably be back in it sooner than later. Definitely some interesting, since you have like such large airports right in the vicinity of the airport we're going to, like Orlando, massive international airport, right? Tampa, also a big international airport. But you fly right over each one to get to where you need to go. And I'm sure with how the traffic flows work, they take you right over the airport, even though we're getting dropped off. So like we're getting dropped off right over the VOR here. Let me just bring up the charts. That's a better way of looking at it. So even though we are, I like the VFR sectional a little bit better, if it will load. Well, now I've probably broken it. Either way. So you're coming off Orlando here and like this executive, so I'm sure they have, so if they're landing south, then I'm sure they keep you high over executive because they have arrivals coming in underneath you. And then they probably either break you back off to the west and bring you back in, or they probably take you up north and then west and then back in. I have no clue. But I was an air traffic controller and I had to work both at all three of these airports. That would be my plan if Orlando was landing or Sanford was landing east and international was landing south, then I'd plan my arrivals over the Orlando VOR to continue northbound across the final approach course and then turn them westbound and then bring them back in, because once you get over here you have a lot more vectoring area. So that would be my plan. At any rate, our arrival has been reviewed. Our approach has been reviewed. Let's see, the weather down there. Let's switch over to St. Petersburg. Weather, or not St. Petersburg, Sanford. Sanford weather is overcast at 5,000, not bad, 4,300 working. So RadNav, we need ISND, 1089. 1089. Front course is 09er. Okay, 2 degrees off, whatever, that's good enough. 30-degree glide slope. Let's do KSFB, runway 09 left. We can throw that in there. Performance approach page. Let's go all the way over to our approach section. We're looking at an altimeter of 3001. Pop that in there. A temperature of 20 degrees. Excellent. And a wind of 14088. And we'll do a flaps full landing on this one. The bottom side on this is going to be 255 with everything working. Put that in Barrow. I'll switch over to the Unicom for Orlando Sanford. Let's go ahead and pre-select 3001 once, twice, and thrice. There we go. So that is all set up there. We'll consider our briefing complete. Go ahead and get rid of you. And this time I won't forget a descent checklist. So let's go ahead and do a descent checklist, shall we? Altimeters 3001. Auto brake will be low. Prefer approach page is set. Arrival briefing. Mini 6 arrival. Visual approach backed up with the ILS runway 90 left. Our status is checked. No changes. Descent checklist is complete. Excellent. So what I'll do is, yeah, let's go ahead It's just me online right now. There's no other air traffic controllers online. Although it does say Jack Center is online. Does Jack Center control this airspace? Who controls this airspace? Well, that explains that. Just got something info. Please contact me 3592. There we go. That answers that question. It is Jack Center 3592. Here we go. Hello, Jacksonville Center. Allegiant 3318 is over Mini at 15,000.
Allegiant 3318, Jacksonville Center. Hello, the Orlando altimeter 3002. Turn left heading 360. This will maintain 7,000. Expect visual approach runway 9 left.
Alrighty, that's a left turn 360 down to 7,000. We'll expect the ILS 9 left for for Allegiant 3318.
Allegiant 3318, I can set you up for the visually 1 day ILS 9 left.
Oh no, we could take the visual for 9 left for Allegiant 3318.
Roger, can expect that. Thank you.
Roger. So there we go. 7,000, that is set. We'll go ahead and select that. Begin our descent on down. I won't dilly-dally trying to get down because a lot of times these FATSIM controllers will try to they'll try to get you to they'll try to leave you high and dry. Okay, I don't need to go down that badly though. Let's do have quarter speed brakes. Just a little extra drag there. We'll extend ourselves off of... I really should put this in there. There's an American that's on text frequency. American 33 is loud and clear. Okay. So, American is one-way communications. That's always awesome. I need to go... What I forgot to do is put it up on my big charts over here on my second monitor. Excellent. UGMA. UGMA. So we shall extend off of UGMA here. Direct to
number 187
UGMA. Radial in. Execute that. And we shall go ahead and select something there. Excellent.
American 3306, Roger, welcome on board.
Let's go ahead and select 250 knots and begin slowing up.
American 3306, reset transponder.
Oh, of course. And they gotta have 3306. It's gonna be 30. Oh, okay. I'm going to confuse this American and myself so much. Alright. Everything is on. Let's go ahead and get rid of our in-flight entertainment. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate you there. And lastly, what I need to do is we need to get start recording the replay. This is going to be replay number 2. Excellent. We'll go ahead and start that recording. We begin. So we're on our way down. Everything is looking real good here. UGMA is at 2,000, so we should be in really good shape here. What I'll do is I'll bring in a little bit more speed brakes as we make our way on down.
American 3306, contact Washington Center 13.
Okay, that American guy is gone now. Good lord.
133.72, American 3306, have a good night.
Allegiant 3318, this will maintain 4,000.
Set to maintain 4,000 for Allegiant 3318. Alrighty, so we shall select 4, set. So like I said, they definitely like to dump you in and get you in right just there. But great to have the ATC service.
Terminated, frequency change approved, so long.
Frequency change approved, 574 kilo.
It's actually nice having them online because now I can kind of look back and or sit back here and enjoy a few of the screen views there.
Allegiant 3318, turn right heading 050.
050, Allegiant 3318. 050 on the heading. And we'll leave the speed brakes out. Bring you in a little bit more. Excellent. We're 5 for 4. Begin slowing it up as well. 210 knots should be plenty slow for right now. And once we're level off here, I'll slowly begin bringing the speed brakes up. Or stowing the speed brakes, I should say. For via Fenix -10, flaps 1, speed verified.
Allegiant 3318, the airport is going to be at your 12 to 1 o'clock in about 20 miles when able to report a fuel inside.
Still just in the bottoms here, need a little bit lower for Allegiant 3318.
Allegiant 3318, this is maintain 3000.
Set to maintain 3000, Allegiant 3318. So we'll go ahead and select 3000. That should get us below this layer. And I'm pretty sure we have the airport in sight. Should be like over there. That's the airport right there. Hard to tell. That should be the airport right there. Why are you not as clear as you should be? Airport in sight for Allegiant 3318.
Allegiant 3318, thank you. Clear visual approach, runway 9 left.
Clear visual approach 9 left, Allegiant 3318. So we are clear for the approach. I'll slow it up to 190 knots. Let's see. Ogama is at 2,000 feet. So we should be able to intercept it up here. Just go ahead and slow us down for now.
Hey, Alpha Foxtrot, welcome to Orlando. Where are you parking?
Stand by November 120 Alpha Fox on the run.
Yeah.
I need to go to customs.
Actually, I'll put you on the performance page there. There we go. So, I know where the airport is. For some reason, it's just not loading in. Kind of far away, but it is what it is. I know where it is.
Hey, Alpha Foxtrot, Roger. Continue down the runway, right turn on Alpha 2, straight ahead into the ramp. Have a good night.
Alpha to the ramp, November 120 Alpha Fox tonight. I'll call you in a second.
Roger.
Let's see. When we do land, plan on a right turn off. Let's call it Romeo or Bravo 7. It's kind of a long ways down, and then we'll probably take Bravo and Lima back to the ramp. That's what I'm thinking. Bring our range back in one more time. Airport is slowly starting to load in for us there.
American 1773, Jacksonville Center. Good evening. I got your contact Boston north of the Columbia VR. Club maintain flight level 280.
Here we go. Look capture. Excellent.
Allegiant 3318, descend for wind is 140 dead, runway 9 left, clear to land.
9 left, cleared to land. Allegiant 3318. Here we go. We are cleared to land. So yet again, what I'll do is I'll just set our characteristic speed. And let the airplane fly characteristic speed on down.
Delta 200 Alpha, you already left my airspace. You can switch back to advisory frequency. Have a good night.
There we go. Looks like we've intercepted our glide slope here. So our missed approach altitude is going to be 2,000. So we'll go ahead and set 2,000 here. Oop. Yep. Forgot I switched that over to 100. There we go. 2,000 feet. That is set. Alrighty. Looks like we have our radio altimeter. Let's come alive. Pretty much over all nav, I'll drop the gear. We'll start slowing all the way back to our final approach speed here. Actually, let's go ahead and start doing it now. So let's go gear down. Flaps 2, speed verified. Go ahead and arm our spoilers there. I don't want to have to do that, but alright. We'll play this game in a 319, even though the gear is down and the flaps are at 2. Excellent. Flaps 3, speed verified. Go ahead and arm you. And flaps full, speed verified before landing checklist, altimeters. 3001 and 800. Engine mode norm. Landing gear is down and 3 green. ECAM memo is landing no blue before landing checklist is complete. We are 1,000 feet plus 15. We're slowing. Looking good. No additives added on to our VREF here. Everything looks good. I have the runway and the VASI's in sight. It still is a little gusty out here. What, 2 or 3 knots? That's not smooth, but it's not insanely gusty. Not like it was in St. Petersburg. Alrighty, so autopilot's off. Continuing.
100.
Flight slow. Flight slow.
50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. 5.
Deployed. $80. 60. Manual braking. Not the best landing, but I will take it. The brakes are super weird here in 2024. Although, I have to say, in the Fenix, they're not as touchy. The 350, the brakes are super touchy. The Fenix, you almost have to stand on the brakes just to feel anything happening. It's a little weird. Alrighty.
Allegiant 3318, taxi to the Ramby at Romeo Charlie, cross runway 9er center.
Alrighty, Romeo Charlie to the ramp will cross Niners Center for Allegiant 3318. Thanks for the ATC, and you have a great night.
No problem, thanks for flying in, we'll see you next time.
See you. Alright, let's go. Flaps up. And what I'll do is I'll leave the lights on because we're going to cross 9 Center here. And again, I have no clue where they park. There, I don't know. This is E. Is E what it is? I have no clue. We're cleared to cross 9 Center, so that's good. Yeah, that's... I'm assuming E is where it is because there's 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have no clue. I have no. If you guys know where Terminal E is, it'd be great. Otherwise, I have no clue where I'm going. Alrighty. Excellent. We can turn off all the lights now. Alrighty. In fact, you know what? We'll leave that on.
Citation 7 Uniform Delta for direction of flight, 17 flight level 410.
Oh, that's the southwest ramp. Okay, so we went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I was parked at the southwest ramp earlier. Let's see. GXX. Let's see.
Citation 167 Uniform Delta.
Mike November ramp.
Yes, sir. For direction of
Next
flight,
page.
level 410.
Previous page.
17 410, citation 17 Delta.
Or okay, let's choose the one with only it says parking gate. It has E, M, and N. Oh, wow. Okay. November 11. Let's do this one. Nope. Allegiant. There we go. And we'll just, I forgot to turn the APU on. 1, 2, 3. Let's see. Where are there people at? That's usually where you park, is where the people are at. Doesn't matter which terminal. It's just where the people are at. Hopefully I picked the right terminal. I have no clue where I'm headed. I see the Allegiant bins off to my left here. Is that where the parking position is? I have no clue. I figured I'd see more things. think that's just part of the scenery. If I don't find anything, I'm just gonna, I don't know, yeet right into a place. Since I don't have time to taxi all over God's green earth to find where this I should have requested the follow me car. You are correct. I should have requested the follow me car. But I didn't, and so this is what we're stuck with. It's the other thing, they don't, GSX doesn't really do a good job with like figuring out what the numbers of gates are. They just like, I think GSX just randomly starts allocating numbers. Is this it right here? To my left? If it's not, this is where I'm going. Yeah, I see a person. Alright. So we'll take this alleyway right here. Go ahead and turn my taxi light off.
Yes, sir, it is.
We shall line up with 11 November because that makes sense. Just start putting random letters out of your numbers or after your numbers, and that makes it totally completely legit. There, got wing walkers on the left, wing walkers on the right. All the people are waiting. There we go.
Via transition and it's filed flying right to 31010 after departure breaking 2 squawk 3223 walk 3291.
Walker 3291, read back is correct. Call for taxi, expect runway 17 right.
I'll go call for taxi, expect 17 right, walk 3291.
Good evening, Jacksonville Center, Delta 5286 with you, foot level 380.
Delta 5286, Jacksonville Center, good evening, radar contact 10 miles north of the Lakeland VOR, welcome on board.
Good enough. Excellent. So, parking brake is on, seatbelt sign is off, engine master 2 can come off, engine master 1 can come off. We'll go up top and we'll turn off all of our fuel pumps here. And we can get the beacon light off at this time. Sweet deal. Let's go ahead and go down stairs. We can check our engine oil quantity. Looks good. Hydraulics look good. Status, no weird status messages, and we haven't leaked any oxygen. That is good. We'll go ahead and let GSX do his deboarding thing, I guess. Everything. What do you want? Why are you waving to me? No. Do you want to restart? Nope. We will not restart Koodle. So there we go. It had my first Koodle crash. That is quite all right. What we will do instead of doing all this is we'll just I won't do any of that. I will go back to panel states. We go back to ready, activate. We'll turn everything back on. Excellent. That looks good. Muy bien. And we can end our replay here. Let's go ahead and stop our recording. We've already thanked our air traffic controller for doing air traffic controller things, so we'll disconnect from there. Excellent. And I can turn off our vPilot client. Excellent. And let's go ahead and go right into our replay. Hold on. Let me make sure everything is up and stable. The gray boxes are gone for cargo door. Let's close everything out. Ground services. Yeah. Don't know why those are open. Alrighty. There we go. Everything should be closed. The aircraft should be happy. All right, let's go ahead and watch your first landing here into, this is the Flaps 3 into St. Petersburg, Florida. So go ahead and I'll let the flight simulator reload itself back into here. And once that's all set and ready to go, I think the simulator has pretty much loaded everything. Well, it's still loading in. We'll let it do its thing. It's slowly getting there. Let's go ahead and I will we get rid of fly live, the fly live overlay. There we go. Excellent, since that's not going to provide any useful data to us. It looks like everything has loaded in, so that's good. Alrighty, let's fast forward here. Ooh, there we go. Alright, there we go. Things should be looking a little bit better there. Alright, there we go. We'll replay it from here. That'll take us right just across the bay. Uh-oh. What is going on here? I think the camera is... I don't know what happened that's freaking the camera out. Can I pause it? Chill out. There we go. How about that view? There we go. Because the other one, hopefully we should be able to see downtown Tampa from if we are just for the engines there. I mean, that ain't bad. That is not bad. I will take that. Let's view that from this view. You can't really see downtown Tampa. That's quite alright. That is quite alright. I am not mad about that. There's downtown Tampa, slowly starting to come in the way. Or come in that view there. Little float, little float. Okay. I mean, still in the touchdown zone. A little float there with a ground speed mini, but I'm not mad about that at all. Let's go ahead and rewind that back one more time. Let's get an outside view of that, shall we? So there's our 1,000 footers, 500 feet long, 1,000 feet long, about 1,200 feet long. But man, it just rolled on. Again, our VREF speed and ground speed mini had a lot to do with that. That's why I took it out a little bit earlier. Took out the thrust a little bit earlier than I would have wanted to. Nope, I'm trying to line you up right behind it just to see how crooked the aircraft landed. You can see him decrabbing there. Look at that. Starting to bring the decrab in. Yes. Am I off center line? Yes. But look at there. Brought it in. You're just going to hold the flare and then bring the decrab in. Boom. There you go. That is almost textbook how you want to do it. As one captain told me a long time ago, keep it in the crab until you can't stand it anymore. Then just bring it out of the crab. Boom. We're down. Just like that. This almost feels like it's playing at half speed. No, this is full speed. That is a full speed replay. All right, let's go to our drone cam here. Reset you. I want to not lock you. There we go. Rolled it on. Absolutely beautiful landing. Absolutely beautiful landing. All right, let's lock our drone camera back into view and let's go ahead and load. That's not the view I wanted. Let's go ahead and load our second replay here, the landing in Orlando, Sanford. That one was not, the one back in Orlando was not nearly as smooth as I would have wanted it to be, but it is what it is. We'll give the sim a little bit of time to come back up. There we go. Love how they have like the palm trees down here in Florida. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, this one not as smooth. I'll still accept it. This was minimal float and pretty much right in the touchdown zone, right where I would want it to be. There's the markers. I mean, what? 400 feet long off of the markers? I'm not mad about that at all. Let's get the outside view of that. Again, you can see the crosswind is ever so slightly from the right. That's where our wind is coming from. You see the nose is pointed a little bit into the wind there. It wasn't crazy. It was not anything like it was in St. Pete there, but still, slight crosswind from the right. It kind of died down just a little bit there. The thing that made it a little bit better than St. Pete is it wasn't gusty, so made it a little bit predictable. Now I threw in that crosswind correction. You see how I decrabbed too early there? That's what I would say. I would say I decrabbed way too early there. Let's look at that one more time. All right. Now that decrap happened way too early. Again, like I said, you don't. The way one captain told it to me is wait until you can't stand it anymore, and then take the crab out. So you just feel like, oh, I need a crab now. No, just wait. And if you wait long enough and just roll out the crab, the airplane will roll it on. There we go. Look at there. I landed side-loaded. That's all right. I corrected it almost immediately. Got the nose back on center line. The airplane it doesn't do... You know how in 2020, when I fly, it feels like the airplane is just sliding all over the runway? 2024, so much better in terms of how the aircraft feels on the ground. It is 1,000 times better in 2024 versus 2020. So we'll go ahead and unlock the camera, and we'll send it back. There we go. Until it gets over the threshold, and then we'll begin following it. No float, floated it right there. Absolutely beautiful. We go ahead and bring it on back to us. Excellent. I'll go ahead and lock the view back up again there. We'll take it back up to the flight deck. We will run the track back one more time. How about that? There we go. Excellent view right there. I'd like to take this opportunity at this time to go ahead and thank Max Racing Langy for coming out and joining me this evening. Really do appreciate you spending a little bit of time with me on this Turn and Baron Tuesday. A quick round trip to St. Pete and back. Tomorrow we'll be doing some A350 ops from Minneapolis to Atlanta. I look forward to seeing you then. But until I do, remember to take care of yourselves and each other. Until then, I'm Grey Eagle. Peace.